Hey, what's up, everybody out there? This is James McDonald coming at y'all with another episode, another bonus clip. Um, I want to bring this guy in to explain his side because something was said on the previous episode. I believe it was the episode where we had Reg on the phone and Reg was talking about uh, Eric Baradon, ain't that
Paradin.
Paradin, uh, beat me up in the cell. Um, I explained my side of the story, but first, before I get that, I want y'all. I'm gonna let this brother introduce himself.
I'm Ayatolla Marv, Compton Pyru, the oldest Pyru member in the United States. You know, I just been around all my life, raised on Nightmare on Elm Street, been functioning in Compton all my life.
That's for real, for real. Uh, this brother been here a long time, and he know everybody there. He know all of us youngsters coming up at a time where, you know, uh, you be way before China Dog and all
China,
of them
oh
guys.
yeah, yeah,
You
China.
you you
That's my first cousin, China Dog. Uh, I, I'm way older than Marcus.
right. So
I'm older than Baba Louie. I'm older than Puddin'. The only one older than me is HB, Big H from Power Rangers. One that's
right.
Harold Bourne. He's my big homie. Everybody else is under me.
Soul Survivor. Soul Survivor. I had just did a clip with uh, about these guys speaking and said that you can't utter a Mob James uh, unless you mention you got to go through Puddin', the bartenders, and all of that, which I agree. You know, I can't put myself above none of those guys because they was the forefront. They was way before my time, such as you. So I can't put myself on no type of pedestal to say I was harder, better, or I did this and did that, and not say your name, not say Marcus' name. You know what I'm saying? And I try to explain to these cats, I have nothing but respect for the original OGs that was there way before my time, and here we are. You know, it was certain things be said when certain people speak on stuff, and I think everybody need to understand when certain people say shit about you and just try to throw you up under the bus, and I don't think it was necessary. But I'm gonna let you explain your story and the reason why you here, and then
Okay.
we can get into it.
Yeah. Well, my concern is like I'm a day one. I was born on Elm Street. We ran Freddy Krueger out of there. You dig what I'm saying? So
Right.
I come to Compton Police when it was all white. Bunton and Webb were the first black police. I've never been beat down by no police single handedly in no jail. Not that I'm badder than anybody, but I do my business.
Right.
And so it affects me and offends me when somebody puts something out that I can't defend or you ain't clarified it with me.
Right.
I got a call that Reggie had said that Eric Paradin beat me down in Compton jail. Now, it was an incident. I'd been out of prison 7 days. I got arrested. Me and Eric had a verbal confrontation. Eric grew up. He was born on Dwight Street, right around the corner from me.
Right.
His people lost the house and they moved over to Nutty Block. At that time, it was called Boot Hill.
Right.
Percy Paradin and his older brother Percy and Huey Taylor came into the police force in 1968 together. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know these dudes. I know Big Reggie, Bunton, all of these dudes. The first person that ever attacked me in 1962 was Ted Johnson, was a white Compton police. And he kicked me in the ass for stealing something out of J.C. Penney's. He lived in Richland Farm. After he attacked us, big white police with red hair, we went over to his house. killed all his chickens, stole all his pigeons, and terrorized all his white neighbors. And he had to get Bunton. That's how Bunton became dealing with juveniles and Detective Webb.
So you saying y'all went to the police to his house?
To his house. He stayed on Bennett and Center at Richland Farms. At that time in the 60s, the L.A. Dodgers lived over in Richland Farms.
Right.
So he was a police that lived in Richland Farms. So when he did what he did, our only retaliation was to tear stuff up. We can't whoop him. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So when his neighbors said these little and is coming over here, they tearing them, we stealing their pigeons, we stealing their horses and riding them to Disneyland. We start terrorizing their whole neighborhood, bro. You know, and it got so cold that it wasn't nothing he could do no more. He could go tell my mother, he could do what he wanted, but every time he try to do anything to us or any one of my partners, we tearing up y'all neighborhood.
So eventually he stopped.
He had to stop. He had Webb and Bunton, who was a commander and a lieutenant.
Right.
And the first two blacks hired for Compton Police Department. To carry on, when I got out of prison in 1976, I did my first 15 years for a murder robbery. When I got out, the police system, Danny Sneed had just started with the police department. What's his name? Bookman had started. 78, 79, Reggie comes in, Eric Parrington comes in. They start their little gang squad. I will never let nobody beat me up that went to Catholic school. That damn Eric Parrington graduated from Sarah High School. He was an altar boy. So you know what priests do to altar boys.
I knew what kind of dude he was.
So he has been molested. And he had on a head of, I've asked any of them, even, and what infuriates me about Reggie Jr. is that me and him have a ongoing beef, which was not a beef, but one time my niece was over in y'all's neighborhood at a party and she got into it with some of the girls over there.
Uh-huh.
And Reggie came up, he drove up, and they told him so Miss Lake tell them like, my uncle will come over here. I'll call my uncle. He handcuffed my niece, set her on the ground, and one of the homegirls stabbed her with her handcuffs behind her back. When my mother called me and told me my niece was in the hospital, and she told me that Reggie let them stab her, I went on a hunt for Reg. His big Reg came to my mother, Marv. He didn't mean it, Marv. He didn't do this. Bro, you got to fade me. He ran for me for 2 years. For 2 years. Couldn't find him nowhere on the street. When you talk about reputables, ask Reggie how many reputables in the hood he ever arrested. What has he ever really done with his gang squad? They were the first ones that they start calling F Troop. Him, Blondie, Brenner, Ladd, Burrell, Reggie Jr., Parrington, T.A. Jackson, Mark Anderson, Stringer, and Danny Sneed. That's how we start calling them after. Didn't none of them have no squad, you know? So
well, I can only speak on Reggie Jr. Reggie Jr. had some hands.
Okay, but
he grew up in the neighborhood, so I know what kind of dude he is.
Okay.
Being a police officer and then somebody handcuffed, I wasn't there, so I ain't gonna say. But I know Reggie real good, and I don't see him. Yeah, going to stab her.
No. I never said he allowed it to happen. I'm saying he allowed it to happen, and it was at night. He handcuffed her. He said she was fat-mouthed, and he just wanted to set her down. Mm-hmm. He set her on the curb. Now I was thinking logically, I don't think he meant to do it.
Right.
I'm not accusing him, but at the time, on Sherm, bro, I didn't care.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
So Big Reggie couldn't get you and Lil Reg to sit down and talk?
No, he never did. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what should have happened.
You know, it should have. But in my state of mind, I probably wasn't even trying to hit. I'm banging hard, homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying what I'm saying.
Right.
We opening up 4,300. We banging.
Right.
So it's like now, it's my reputation. I done let somebody stab my niece. It wasn't him.
Right.
But then I got a rep, which right now don't mean nothing to me. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, but I understand where you're coming from.
So then I'm like, okay, the police. I'm down with that. And the only reason, like I said, I got into it. I've been out of prison 7 days. I got arrested. Me and Eric have an argument. He tells Cedric Hicks to give him the keys. He tells me to step out. I was like, no, nigga, step in here. He clutched it, goes and gets a baton, goes get Mark Anderson, goes get Stranger, and open the gate again. When he opens the gate, he rushes in on me. I grab the baton. Me and him wrestle over the baton. I grab it, grab him around the neck. Mark Anderson hits me with a baseball bat, breaks these two bones in my hand, breaks two of my fingers. We hit the ground. When I hit the ground, Mark Anderson hits me in the side and fractures 3 of my ribs. I turn over. Stringer kicks me in the back, flattens my 4th vertebrae. I gets up, amped up. Mark Anderson hits me in the shoulder, fractures my shoulder. All this time, I'm like, y'all ain't even knocked me out. Eric never touched me. After the incident, he was off 2 weeks on sick leave. I went to prison. So it happened, but Eric didn't do it.
So they did that, and you got violated.
And they came to my parole hearing saying I was from Fruittown, Piru, and I had get $50,000 and sold guns, Lad and Blondie, and got me a 2-year violation. That's the only reason I sued Compton. Y'all don't want to take a head up? I done took all my ass whoopings.
Right.
But you gonna play this on me?
So why do Eric pretty much did me the same way? Caught me in a situation. They were behind me and I didn't know, and we went into the high speed chase thing. I jumped out the car, yada yada, and they take me to jail. When I get in the cell, he tell him up he saw me point blank do it. I said, "You a motherfucking lie." He tell me pretty much the same thing as you. No, I ain't going nowhere. I know they gonna whoop my ass if I walk out of that cell.
Right.
Gonna say I tried to escape. No, I ain't going nowhere. So he did the same thing, came in there on me. But fortunate for me, Big Reggie was right there. And stop it. And he got in the way. And he grabbed me. What don't you know they finna whoop your ass in here? I'm like, Reggie, I don't give a f***. He ain't see me do nothing. And Reggie took me, threw me in another cell, gave me a cigarette, and told me to sit my ass down and calm down. And I didn't see Eric no more after that.
Yeah. So that's my only point, bro. I take a ass. I done got beat up more times than I done won.
Right.
That's how I know how to fight.
Right.
Because all I got to do is keep hitting.
But you 71 now? 70?
70.
70 years old
and still active.
And still active.
Yeah, I squad with him in the park. I gave you 5 blows, then I'm gonna shoot you. So you got that coming.
Right.
I'll take a head up. It's not Reggie. If he feel like it's still a beef, wherever he is, whenever he can get with me, I can. He got hands.
I don't think Reggie. Reggie is, and I can't make no excuses for another man. I can't make no excuses for him. We all know Reggie was on the other side. Reggie was a police officer. Reggie thinks like that. Me and Reggie sat at the table many times during this show and went at it because his beliefs are totally different from mine. You know, one of the things is that, you know, Reggie never been from the hood.
Right.
So I can say he's comfortable with exploiting, putting the homies' names out there in a certain kind of way.
He playing gangster now. He wasn't able. When he had a badge, he thought he had that suit of armor. When he got on death row, it put him, as he saw, in another level, and it cost people their lives on different things that went down. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So then, you know, you got the pass because of the police, and everybody else take a fall. I got a problem with being on a 25-count indictment over 3 states, and everybody get 18 years and you get 6. I went to the feds. Everything that you do, they call it accepting responsibility. And whatever, if I take a 6-year deal, I got to tell on you in open court.
I know, big homie.
But I'm just saying.
I respect everything you're saying. I didn't think, and I don't want this to be an attack because Reggie is one of the hosts of the show,
Yeah.
And I you know I respect you 100.
Yeah.
And like I would tell Reggie and say the same thing. And like I'm saying to you, I we don't have to say what we don't have to say.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's what I'm saying.
But I know exactly where you coming from.
You know.
Period. And what I'm saying to you is Reggie don't and didn't live the life that we live and the life that you still live and understand. Reggie don't know it's a certain thing and there's a certain way you gotta be on the street because of who you are. You know what I'm saying? You've been in the trenches, you done your thing. You respect all of those that came up under your umbrella. You understand me? He don't understand that part because he never came from that part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to say certain things, he can actually say what he say, and we shouldn't be mad because he's not one of us, and he never lived the life we lived.
Yeah.
You know,
But Mom, I respect that. But just like you say, I wasn't there. He wasn't either. When that beat down went down,
and he shouldn't have spoke on it.
he wasn't there.
Right.
Dude said, "Yeah, I witnessed." He said he witnessed. He said, "Yeah, Marv." This dude said he said your government name.
I don't think he said he witnessed
Okay.
it.
You know,
What happened was, let me explain, tell you more. We was talking about Eric, and I was telling them when he worked at Luda's Plunge that I used to bully my way through there with the homies to go swimming. I didn't pay him. You know what I'm saying? And when he got to a point where he became a police officer, he felt, okay, now I'm a cop. Now I can get this mother. No, not today. It wasn't going to happen. He'd have had to whoop my ass like they did you in there if Big Reggie wasn't there. I wouldn't finna accept that ass whooping from him, knowing he a bitch, knowing what he was.
bottom line.
So
Right. That's my whole point.
that's where that went.
That's the only thing
So
I'm trying to clear up.
Reggie said on that tape, he said, "Oh, stop talking. You know, Eric and them whooped your ass in there." I said, "You got me fucked up," and then we went there. And then he said, "Oh, maybe no, that was." Then he mentioned he said your whole government, which he shouldn't have said. He should have said, "Okay, my bag. That wasn't you. That was somebody else," and he should have left it at that. And the we say we gotta watch what we say because people listen to this show. And then that's gonna bring brothers like you in to say, hold up, I gotta correct this cat right here because he is wrong. That's not a true statement. So bam. So when you got in touch with me, I was like, yeah, man, you gotta come in and say what you have to say. Now people know that, man, that's the wrong cat right there. This man right here been in the game, and I respect all my big homies.
That's right.
All that was before me, and some cats don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to say I respect all. You know what I'm saying? And I say Reggie life, his direction was totally different than ours. You know, me and Reggie have bumped heads many times. And I love the dude. The dude been in like family since he was 3 years old. But we went this way, Big Reg wouldn't let him come our way. So you know when you speak on the China Dogs and the Stanley Pitts and the Elliot Nesses, I learned from all of those cats, just sitting back watching them, and I kind of I did get offended by him saying certain things about these brothers, which you don't have to say that about these brothers. You know what I'm saying? They still, I'm still up under that umbrella to a certain extent, but I don't around. That's not my get down, and that's why it was important for you to come to sit here and say whoop de whoop whoop. You got me fucked up. I'm me.
Yeah.
And
it's I'm not trying to impress, but I'm just trying
oh,
to be
I know
selective.
by
You know
far
what I'm
you
saying?
know.
That what my walk is way different now than it was 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect even Reggie Senior. Man, this dude came and talked to me when the LA police was looking for me.
Right.
When Huey grew up in my neighborhood. Percy grew up in my neighborhood. Stoney Jackson, Red Jackson. Man, I love Compton Police Department. I was mad in one sense when Omar had to break it down, but they corrupted themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They started thinking they was above the law and doing some other stuff that was contrary to Compton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all of those dudes that came in on the first, I was there when they came in. Most of them I trained stealing and doing corrupt stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done had Blondie then went to my mother's house. Marvin pulled a gun on me, Miss Kizzy. We just did a thing with the documentary about Suge. And he was explaining to the directors, Marvin tried to take a gun from me, but Marvin, one thing about it, I never killed nobody, huh? No, you didn't. I got to say, you lied.
That was Blondie?
Yeah, you lied, or Mark Anderson, y'all was really weenies.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But you respected the pecking order.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
When they come to your hood, they wouldn't mess with Marv James. They may mess with a little 14-year-old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until you say, man, get y'all, what y'all doing over here?
Right.
But they respected who we were.
Right. They did.
You
They
dig
did.
what I'm saying?
I know that
so
for a fact.
For when somebody comes around, I've never said, you're the first person that I ever told that didn't know about this incident with Reggie Jr. and my niece.
Right.
After I do my other 10 years, it went way past. She's still alive. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
But in the back of my mind, I'm still, man, this ain't been settled. You know what I'm saying? Because of course, if I had done something to one of their family members, we'd have had to talk about it or something.
Right.
You know, and Big Red's talked to me about it like, Marv, check this out, man. It was an accident, so I had to process it and say, okay, you know, it's cool.
Well, how about Reggie? Reggie should come home this end of this month. How about I have you come back and have Reggie sit down and we be gentlemen and let Reggie say what he say. I know you gonna say what you got to say.
Yeah.
You don't bite your tongue ever, and Reggie don't either. And we fix it, and it's be. I mean,
in my heart, it's fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because
right.
it's a big old world. He ain't never got to see me. I ain't never got to see him. But we both from Compton.
right. That's what I'm saying.
Over the top of anything else.
And just being man about it. And
Yeah.
I mean, let's just talk
So
about it and be done
that's
with
why
it.
it surprised me when dude said that he said this. It's just like this dude, Louis Valdemar from Linwood Sheriff. He got a book, What Really Happened in the 1992 Riots. And he got my name, but these people always, well, I ain't never really had no nickname.
Right.
So he got Marvin Kinsey said, right? And but everybody else he gave Stutterbox a nickname.
You wouldn't Mad Marv, you wouldn't Big Marv, you use your whole government?
All the government. I ain't ran by no circus figures or none of that.
But you just Marv.
Just Big Marv. You know what I'm saying? So now they call me Ayatollah. I was called Ayatollah Doc Holliday from the BGF. I ran a sweep on Houston, Texas in 1979 and had Houston, Texas up in arms. I done left they state with the crime rate up high as a giraffe's ass and came through Vegas. When they arrested me, he said, man, you got them under arrest like the Ayatollah had America. And the name just stuck, the Ayatollah Marv. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, yeah, I got that. It's not a nickname, it's an attribute.
Right.
Ayatollah means the evidence of God, you know. So that's how I got the name through Doc Holliday, you know.
Right.
So I just wanted to come, you know, and straighten my part out.
Right, right. And I think everybody, gonna respect that. And if they don't, I do, because I know where you're coming from when people speak and say things, and it's totally not you. I just got a history right here that I mean, you've definitely been in the game for a long time, and cats still respect you. You still the big homie to most, and man, I wish you nothing but luck, but happiness. Man, God bless you. You still doing your thing, and I wouldn't let this. And I know it's not bothering you, but you just had to get it off your chest. And we appreciate you coming to get it off your chest.
For sure.
And anytime you need to talk about something, you ready to come down here and give us some more war stories, call me. Come on down here, because that's what Gangster Chronicles is about. Listening to the gangsters.
Yes, sir.
And put all that other shit to rest. We're trying to say to these kids, if you want to come and got some word for these children out here and let them know it ain't worth it, doing what they doing, banging and taking life, man, please come down here and share your story with us.
That's what I will.
I would love you to come and sit at the table amongst guys of such, man, caliber, your caliber, because I know you. I know what you've been about. I
We've
know
been
what
through
you.
4,300 together.
You the man.
Yes,
You've
sir.
been there, and you was the oldest one up in that motherfucker. Still with it. You know, I can't put your business out there, but everybody that listened to this podcast and that's been on that side of Compton know who this guy is right here. He's just older, but still well respected. And just like he told you, nigga, you want to get him up, let's get him up. A fight ain't.
Winning and losing.
But after the first 5, you better run because he's about to shoot you. All right.
Thank you, Marv. I
Appreciate you
bro.
all the time. So that's a hell of a bonus for y'all. We're going to be back soon. And, man, I appreciate you, brother, for coming and beautiful conversation.
For sure.
All the time.
Get the latest exclusives, unedited content, live streams with some of Digital Soapbox's most polarizing hosts like James McDonald and others. Sign up for your Digital Soapbox membership today. Packages start from $1.99 to $4.99 monthly, where you not only get exclusive content, but you also get it commercial free. Press that button now.